The scheme's funding. The BAA pension scheme is a defined benefit scheme. This means there is a single pot for all members. The pot grows as contributions from members and the company are added, along with returns on the scheme's investments. Money is then taken out of the pot to pay benefits to members as they become due. The trustee has to make sure the pot will be big enough to pay these benefits to scheme members both now and in the future. How much money is in the pot is called the funding level. If the pot has more than enough money, the funding level is more than 100%, and the scheme has a surplus. If the pot has too little money, the funding level is less than 100%, and the scheme has a shortfall or deficit. To make things a little more complicated, there are two different types of funding level that the trustee has to look at. The first assumes the scheme continues and will be supported, if required, by the company. The second funding level assumes the scheme must be wound up. Don't worry, neither the company nor the trustee doesn't expect this to happen, but it's a legal requirement to look at this as part of the valuation process. If the scheme was wound up, the trustee would buy insurance policies to pay the pensions promised to all members. These insurance policies are a lot more expensive than what it costs the scheme to pay the benefits itself. Working out the funding levels of any pension scheme is a long and complicated process. The trustee gets an independent expert, an actuary, to do this by carrying out a full and thorough financial health check called a valuation, at least every 3 years. The actuary receives information about all the benefits members have built up. They also receive information about all the scheme's investments. The actuary can then compare the value of the scheme's investments and the value of the liabilities and work out whether there is enough money, too much or too little. This is the valuation. The trustee discusses the results with the company. If there is a shortfall, they will agree what additional payments are required to cover this. The full actuarial valuation in 2015 showed a deficit of £228 million. Since then, the company has been paying an extra £23 million a year to reduce this shortfall. That's on top of the company's normal contributions of £27 million a year. The most recent full valuation shows the picture in 2018, and the deficit has reduced to £123 million, which means the funding level has improved to 97%. Because of this improvement, the company will pay an extra £23 million this year to improve the funding level, followed by an extra £20 million each year until 2022, though this will be reviewed at future valuations. You can always see the results of the most recent valuation and any updates in Focus and Digital Focus, the trustee's annual newsletter.